They certainly showed their frustration at the end.
Well, sometimes you have to. They weren't wrong. Me and the players included. So.
Fair to say that your players were out of sorts tonight?
If we're talking about just... If we're taking the emotion out of it, we had the best chances. We had the post, we had the bar, we had one or two cleared off the line. They had a shot from 35 yards that goes in. So, and other than that, I don't really, other than that 10 men, we become more open, but when they've been coached to play a certain way, and sometimes it doesn't happen.
Can you put your finger on
yes,
why?
100%.
You started so slowly tonight.
100%.
They took the game straight to you, didn't they?
Yeah, well, their kick-off was aggressive. We lost the ball in our defensive third from our own throw-in. We had two chances to clear it and decided to not bother clearance in some ways, half kill it. And then it put you under pressure for 5 minutes. But when their goal came, we were sort of getting ourselves back into the game. But I know exactly the problems, but I can't be.
And you can put your finger on it.
100%. I know your next question, I think you know my answer.
No. No, a lot of managers, when they're faced with that question, say, well, yeah, if I could put my finger on it, I'd have done something about it.
Yeah, but I can't right now.
Karl managers talked about... Sorry, come on.
When will we be able to do something about it?
You're always trying to get the answer out to me, aren't you? Not for the foreseeable future.
This season?
I think there's issues. And this is not, by the way, the other story, this is us. Because roughly, I think, obviously, I know Kevin won 3 games. When Russell departed, we were mid-table, we're still there now. And 2 different styles, 2 different ways. Relegation last year, 4 or 5 managers. There's certain constants. So, we all have to, listen, I'm coming to you and I blame me today. I have to take responsibility because I'm the manager. But, trust me, I know the answers. So, I have to take responsibility for what goes on and act on what we do. And I will. But there's a long time to go, so you've got to be careful how strong you can be.
You mentioned the red card. Can I ask what your opinions on that was?
It's a booking. It's a booking. He's been pulled. It's a free kick for Souls. Clear booking. He's been pulled. He's gone into the challenge. He's not off the ground. He stretches with his right foot. It's played, and then his left foot comes, obviously catches up with his right foot, and he catches the boy. The boy gets up. There's nothing wrong. He's not jumped at the player. He's not in the air. To be fair to Gavin, he couldn't wait to give things against us all game. There was one where Lewis Page got pushed off the pitch 30 seconds later. But I can come to you with some of his terrible decisions today, but we're really then deflecting off the obvious, aren't we?
Have you spoken to Chris? Because we're talking among ourselves. We think that's the first time he's been sent off.
He's gutted. Chris solely cares for the football club.
Did he say to you that's the first time?
No, he didn't. No, he just...
We can't ever recollect it.
Sent off a Millwall.
Did he?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Handball though.
Handball?
Yeah.
No, it's not in Chris Solly's nature.
Yeah.
Are we appealing it?
You are?
Yeah, 100. Well, hopefully we can. I don't know what
the
proceedings. But I don't think it's a red card. It's a yellow.
I know you don't think tonight, but there's been a fair few red cards recently. Do you think that's something you need to worry about?
Well, the challenges. The challenge, even Nathan Burns one was a challenge when we've seen it back. That was a little bit too aggressive. But no, I don't think there's anything in context in relation to a lack of discipline. I think I'd rather see more challenges like that, if I'm being totally honest.
I'm not looking to feed excuses here at all, but managers often talk about fine lines, fine margins, right? So you hit the bar in the second minute, they got up and scored 9 minutes later, hit the bar second half, man sent off. Do you feel there's some sort of curse in you at the minute?
I said to Jacko walking off, I said, listen, for all the things that aren't right, which are the obvious ones that I think you can all see, but sometimes when you look at our last 3 or 4 games which certain people have been to, we've had real key defining moments in all of them, which could have been a win or whatever it may be, or chances missed. Even Josh McGuinness's one when he goes in and he's centimetres away from getting his toe to it. Ricky's one when he comes in and it just bobbles before he hits the chance and has to take it and control it. So yeah, we can always talk fine margins, but I understand the result may be defined on a fine margin, but sat where we are in the league, it's not about a fine margin. It's not fine margins week in, week out, collectively over the course of the season. There's a big margin, and it has to be looked at.
On that note, I know you said you didn't want to make excuses, but there was a potential penalty incident. Did you think it should have
Yeah, I thought it was a penalty at the time, but looking back, I don't think it wasn't. I think he got the ball. I have to be honest, I can't. But I thought at the time it was a penalty. I don't think he got any contact on the ball. Looking back, he got minimal contact. So you have to just probably the only decision he got right.
Part of the discontent of the fans is unavoidably with the owner, which is a situation you'd be well aware of. There's this sort of semi-invasion of Belgium on Saturday to the owner's hometown. Would you prefer the fans actually came to Northampton?
I think at the moment, if I was a fan, I'd be a bit disappointed by what I've seen tonight, first and foremost, because I am, and that's putting the finger at me and my players. If we've got an honest group, they'll take this criticism in the right way. I'm not one, I don't think I've shared any questions from anybody. I'm quite straight with my answers. I think I can't duck and dive. My main concern is, if I was a fan, first and foremost, in the Belgium things is a case for them. But tonight, the fans who were inside the stadium had every case to do what they did at the end of the game. I said to the players, it takes some balls to play here. It's not all going to be perfect and full of roses and everything laughing and joking and everyone be ultimately happy. You also have to take the criticism when it comes along, and it's certainly coming along now. We've been on a decent run. We've lost games late on to individual minor mistakes, and now we're getting punished for not taking our chances when we were winning games. But there's only one way you can respond. We can't do nothing in the transfer window. It is about that group of players performing, and right now they're underachieving, and I'm underachieving. So as a group, we are underachieving. Now, if I was a professional, which I am, that hurts me, and I want to rectify it. Or I can point fingers and don't think it's pointed at me, and blame this and blame that. I've come out here and told you answers, but equally I've took responsibility as well, and I have to find the answers internally first. I've said something to the players I've not said before to somebody, and I'll wait and see what the answers are on Thursday morning.
Can you still make the playoffs, Carl?
It's always an achievable goal. Like I say, they're underachieving. They should be in the playoffs comfortably. That group of players is far better than where they are in the league. And 2 managers have had a go this year. And 6 before.
Realistically, can you still make it?
Well,
Mathematically possible.
I think what we're 8 point adrift now.
10 now.
10 is it?
Yeah.
So you have to make sure that you keep going and you keep pushing for it. Once it's not mathematically possible, there'll be an awful lot of young players being played to see whether they can cope for next season. And it's about finding the right balance and the right structure to take us forward.
Carl, when I spoke to you on Friday, it was in this brand new room you
Yep.
got at the training ground with this huge screen. Are you going to sit all the players in there and play that match back to them?
Yeah, well, they're saying it well. The players get all their individual clips by midday tomorrow. Every single one of them. I've sat down with 3 or 4 players over the last 2 games over their clips. Sometimes, my friend, the players have to take responsibility for watching their own clips and coming to me with the answers. I have them all, so they'll be told them when I see them next. But equally, they also have to be honest with their own judgment. I just need to be careful what I say, because there's a lot of games still to go. Like I say, there's things that...
But having said that, are you having second thoughts or revising your opinions about certain individuals?
No. Because it's what I knew.
No, just after a game like that, and the manager will think, hang on, maybe I've made I've got A, B, C and D. Maybe I'm wrong about them.
I was 100% right. So, time will be the answer of these questions, I'm sure.
He's had some checks on him.
Yes, he's had an injection on his knee. He's got a grade 1 ACL that we're trying to patch him up and see where he's at. But obviously not having Souls, Nathan will just drop into right back on Saturday. So we're playing with the right winger at right back. Be fun.
And what do you do between now and Saturday?
Recover and coach.
Yeah.
Oh, you wouldn't think so today, because we've been recovering and coaching for the last few weeks. So I'd love them to come to me and just talk to me and say, I want this when I'm here. I want this feeling playing for Charlton. They can come to me with their answers on Thursday morning. We move forward and we rectify things, but we have to take the criticism when you don't play well. You can't hide from that tonight. None of us can, me included. So apologise for being honest is a negative, but being honest in my world is something that I pride myself on.
But what you're saying is the players have got to be honest with themselves.
Well, yeah, I have to be honest with myself. So do they. We heard the response that we got at the end of the game. And I tell you, I don't think we have any arguments with them. Do we? That you all know that yourselves.
Finally, you got Lee Bowyer confirmed today for the rest of the season. He's a bit of a legend sort of down here, especially when I first started coming down in particular. What would you expect from him?
He's been with us the last 2-3 weeks. Just it's a part-time thing. It's not like it's a little bit of sort of help, and he doesn't live too far from the training ground. He's got a wealth of knowledge. You've got 2 young boys in Joe Rebo and Ezri Conter who are going to be top players. I think sometimes having someone like Lee Bowyer in there, even Jay Forster-Caskey is still young. But having these young players around them, having someone to Lee who can offer words of wisdom, and also explain to them what it takes to play for Charlton. I don't think that goes amiss sometimes. I think it helps, and his honesty as well and his game understanding. Yeah, and what I loved about Lee Bowyer, even as a player, I loved his desire and appetite to win games of football. He'd done whatever it took to win, and we've got to find that as well.